So right now, tensions are rising in the Middle East as American allies Bahrain and Jordan say they've intercepted missiles and drones from Iran after the U.S. forces wrapped up their own strikes against the terror regime, about 20 separate strikes. Those self-defense hits in response to the downing of an American Apache helicopter over the Strait of Hormuz by an Iranian drone. So what does this mean for peace negotiations and a deal? Retired U.S. Navy Rear Admiral Mark Montgomery joins us now. Admiral, so they take out our Apache. We hit them 20 times in separate waves, and then they responded again. So is it up to us to hit them?
It's the president's choice here. He's done a good job doing proportionate counterstrikes, keeping CENTCOM, focused on the maritime area around Bandar Abbas, hitting sensors like radars, hitting strike points, hitting stowage points. He now has the choice if he wants to respond to a strike in Jordan against Al-Azraq and other bases. If they don't damage things on our bases, I think we'll counterstrike. If they didn't, he has the luxury, like the Israelis did last weekend, of saying, okay, we got ours in, you tried to get at us, you failed, we're going to put a lid on it right there. But either way, he has, if he wants to do a proportionate strike, he can. But I think if he's committed to, if he thinks these negotiations really are as close as he says, he'll probably hold off.
Can you give me an idea of what it would take just to open up the strait on our own? Do we need allies to help us out and sustain it? Because that's the leverage they have over us right now, because they are suffering. The blockade's effective. They're obsessed with our blockade on their blockade, because that means it's working. But if we open up the strait on our own, we would totally neutralize any leverage.
First, I want to acknowledge you're exactly right. Our blockade is working. Does that mean that they don't have a small tramp, oil or go to a Pakistani port? No. But the stuff they really need to get out, the 2 million barrel shadow fleet large oil ships, are not getting through to India and China. They're being blockaded by the U.S. Navy. So we are having that impact on their economy. And as to whether we could continue, whether we could simultaneously open up the southern strait, I think we could. This is the Southern Transit Scheme closest to Oman. We're doing it with our ships already and limited numbers of a small number of other ships. But what is our risk tolerance in the U.S. Navy, going through is one level. Right now, a lot of merchant ships have a higher risk. They're unwilling to take that risk. So I think we're going to probably have to destroy more of the maritime infrastructure of the IRGC in the Bandar Abbas area in order for the merchant ship companies and the merchant ship captains to understand how safe it is to go back and forth.